Okay. Good morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. If I can have your undivided attention. Again, this program is going to be all student directed, so I please ask for your patience. We did do a run through. They're very nervous. You know, one of the hardest things to do is to stand up in front of your peers. We're excited about today. I'm going to turn it over to Noelle and the ambassadors. Thank you.
Good morning, staff, students, and honored guests. My name is Noelle Cheney, and I'm a senior in the Dental Assisting Program from Hubbard High School. Thank you for joining us today for our annual Veterans Day Assembly. To begin, please stand for the presentation of colors by the Youngstown Civil Air Patrol and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by the Kierson family.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait. I was gonna wait for.
You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Denasia Stella, who will share some history of Veterans Day.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Denasia Stella. I am from Warren G. Harding High School, and I am in the Culinary Arts program. Today, we pause to honor and reflect on the courage, sacrifice, and service of the men and women who have served in our nation's military. Veterans Day is a special occasion when we come together to show gratitude for the incredible sacrifices made by these individuals who have given so much to defend the freedoms we often take for granted. As we begin, it's important to understand the history of Veterans Day and why we observe it. Veterans Day traces its origins back to November 11, 1918, when the armistice was signed, bringing an end to the fighting in World War I. At 11 a.m. on the 11th day, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, fighting stopped, and peace was declared on the Western Front. The day was originally called Armistice Day to mark the end of the Great War, which was hoped to be the war that would end all wars. However, after World War II and the Korean War, it became clear that honoring only those who served in World War I wasn't enough. So in 1954, following the recommendation of many veterans organizations, Congress officially changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. This new name was meant to honor all American veterans living and deceased who have served in all wars, conflicts, and peacetime operations. Veterans Day is different from Memorial Day, which honors those who died while serving. Veterans Day celebrates all veterans, men and women who served in the military and who, through their service, have helped protect the freedoms we enjoy today. Veterans Day is not only about remembering the veterans who have served in times of war, but also those who have served in peacekeeping missions, humanitarian effects, and everyday work that keeps our military strong. It's a day to express our gratitude, to remember the sacrifices made, and to honor the bravery of those who have answered the call to serve. So today, as we reflect on the meeting of Veterans Day, let's remember that it's not just about the wars in the past, it's about the continued service of those who have dedicated their lives to protecting our country.
At this time, I would like to welcome some very special guests we have on stage with us today and introduce you to Travis Lenave, a senior in aviation and drone technology from McDonald High School, and Kayla Myers, a senior in engineering technology from Mineral Ridge High School. They're going to moderate a panel discussion with our guest veterans.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Travis Lenave. To start off, thank you all for being here today, and thank you all for your service. Can we please start by telling us your name, rank, your branch of service, and maybe a role or something that what you do in the military?
I'm Master Sergeant Martinez. I'm over here at the Youngstown base. I've actually been in for 14 years. I'm a recruiter, so I'm watching for everybody here. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, 13 years in as a maintainer, different aircrafts everywhere, and then 2 years so far as a recruiter for the Air Force Reserve.
Morning, Mike O'Brien. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps, got out as a sergeant, and I was stationed in sunny Oceanside, California, a little transition from here. And I was a satellite operator, so I operated satellite communications for ground forces, mostly in Afghanistan.
Morning, I'm Brian Foudy. I served first enlisted in the Marine Corps, right, during Operation Iraqi Freedom. And then later went on to attend Officer Candidate School and was commissioned an officer, and I was a naval aviator and got to serve all over and see many different things.
Hello, my name is John Pettit. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army. I was a paratrooper, and I was in the infantry. I was during Operation Iraqi Freedom and the Afghanistan wars right at the beginning, so between 2005 to 2009. Did one 15-month deployment in Iraq, and that's it.
Thank you.
Sergeant Pettit and Sergeant O'Brien, why did you serve during the particular conflict or operation, and what was the experience like?
For me, maybe. Okay. 9/11 was the big reason I signed up originally. As far as going overseas, I mean, I guess I didn't have a choice. It was, I signed up for the Army and the infantry. I mean, I knew I was going to war. The experience was humbling, I guess. It was different to see like what them countries, how they operate, and the low standard of living that they have. So it's, I'm grateful to be in the U.S.
For me, I always wanted to serve. My grandfather was a Marine during the Korean War, and then my grandmother was in the Army. So it was kind of in my blood, big tradition in my family. So in 2008, I kind of had the idea that I was going to join, and then 2010, I finally did. The economy was really bad at that time. I'm sure no one really here remembers that. So there were no jobs. So I said, what better time to serve my country than that? I did it, got the t-shirt, really enjoyed it, liked my time overseas, working with different forces, different militaries, and meeting people in the Marine Corps across the country, people that I would have never met in Warren, Ohio. It was an overwhelmingly positive experience for me.
Master Sergeant Martinez, what moments are you most proud of from your time in the military?
To be honest, I think it's just everything that I did with, from teamwork, my mentors. My biggest thing is my mentors alone. A mentor is my father. The reason why I even joined is because of my father. He was did 20 years as a scout in the Army, so Army brat my whole life, so that's all I know is military. So everyone that thinks about military and doesn't know anything about it, that's all I know. So I lived it my whole life. Just to make them proud. And the biggest thing was just making my dad proud throughout my whole thing was the biggest thing for me while I was serving.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Foudy, how did teamwork and camaraderie play a role in your experience?
Well, it's an essential in the Marine Corps. You learn that your life depends on the person next to you. And that kind of teamwork and camaraderie builds just the force that we become. There's a reason why they send us in first.
Sergeant O'Brien, what did serving in the military teach you about leadership, responsibility, or resilience?
Well, in the Marine Corps, at any moment, at any time, you can deploy. I think the standard's 48 hours. You can deploy overseas, anywhere, anytime, any climb, any place. So you have to be an expert in your job, and then at any time, you could be expected to do the person to the left's job, the person to the right, to work as a team, to accomplish the mission, to be resilient, to adapt, to overcome. A lot of people want to quit when things get uncomfortable, and in the Marine Corps, it's always raining or it's cloudy and things are breaking, but you have to adapt, overcome, and never give up. And that's really what I took away, and that's what I applied in my professional career as well.
Master Sergeant Martinez, what values or habits from the military follow you today, and how do those shape you as a person?
Well, to be honest, the biggest thing for me was just everybody around me. I valued them, and throughout time, those habits became my habits, and it just built me up to who I am right now. With that help alone, I became a master sergeant at E7 within 11 years, and everyone knows here that's pretty quick. And just with the mentorship and the values that they provided me, it just made me with the chair force that I am. Yeah, exactly. But I value that. That's what they made me. Yeah, that's
Lieutenant Foudy, can you talk about a person or mentor during your service who made a lasting impact on you?
Yes, my drill instructor has made a lasting impact on me over and over and over again because I didn't always learn very quickly and had to do many push-ups. But they were some of the best teachers I ever had. They taught me to push myself farther than I thought I ever could, to endure pain and uncomfort farther than I ever could. I also had some great teachers in the Air Force and SEER School, but they were mostly concentrated on making things uncomfortable for me. But my drill instructors, they were unpleasant, but they were doing their job. They were preparing me to be the best Marine I could, and they were awesome. I learned so much from them.
Sergeant Pettit, talk about what Veterans Day means to you personally.
Veterans Day to me, really, it's just another day. It's a good day for me to reflect on everything I've done in the past year. It's also a good day for me to check up on and remember to check up on all my brothers, throughout the country, make sure they're all doing good as well.
Lieutenant Foudy, is there any advice that you would give any student that is looking or thinking about joining the United States military after high school?
Yes, I would say do it. Take advantage of any opportunity that can come your way. All 4 branches, they have very different jobs, and there's so many opportunities available to you. You will be a different person. And the number of opportunities I had, I was always able to say this, if you want to do this, I was able to get my jump wings. Why? Because they asked, do you want to earn your jump wings? I was able to see many parts of the world. There are so many things I learned about myself that now, even on my worst day here, I can compare to some of the experiences I know my friends and people I serve with have, that it helps put everything into perspective. So yes, take advantage of that. Serve your country.
Sergeant Pettit, what do you wish young people today understood about military service, and how do you believe they should show appreciation and support?
I guess I would say that military service isn't necessarily for everybody, and that's okay. But if it is for you, absolutely, like Mr. Foudy said, it's 100% worth doing. You get to travel and see all kinds of things you wouldn't normally see. You get to make friends with people you normally wouldn't make friends with, and get to see different cultures and everything, which was probably one of the coolest things about being in the military. As far as how to show, what was that part? How to show what? How to show appreciation and support. I would just say, look at your life, look at the things you're doing, and make sure you're living a life worth the sacrifice.
Sergeant O'Brien, if you can go back in time and make the same decision to serve again, would you, and why not?
I definitely would do it all over again. It made me the person I am today, and it really tested my mettle, so to speak. I didn't know previously how hard I could push myself under different kinds of conditions and stressors and environments, and it teaches you to be a constant student, constant learner. And with that, you can really do anything, and you're limitless in your career. So,
Master Sergeant Martinez, what do you hope today's generation takes away from hearing your story?
Just that there's different ways to serve. You got all the branches. You might not think it's for you, but it's for everybody. There's different ways to serve. There's different ways to do it. You could do it part-time. You could do it full-time. The careers out there, there's about 200 different careers that even the Air Force alone can offer. There's different ways to do it. Everyone should do it. And it's not as hard as everyone's thinking. It's not like those movies that everyone watches. And some jobs, they do that, but there's others that don't do that at all. You hear Chair Force, that's for a reason, you know. We're not in there battling and stuff. We have people that does that, and we help support them. So that's ways of serving. There's different ways of helping out and being part of the community and becoming a veteran, basically. Yeah.
Actually, this next question is for you as well. What does it mean to you when someone says thank you for your service?
For a long time, thank you for my service. I didn't feel like, honestly, if I'm looking at people here, I don't feel like I deserve that. It took a while for me to embrace that because, again, I don't feel like I really deserve that title yet. My father, he did 2 wars. He was a Scout Army again. He deserves it. I do Veterans Day. This won't be my only Veterans Day thing. I'm a recruiter, obviously, so I do this thing. But I do this for my father. I think of my father today. I mean, to this day, it's hard for me to even think of me as a veteran. I just want this for my dad. I think of my dad all the time. He's the one that sacrificed a lot, and that's all I'm here is just to do that for him.
Well, thank you all for sharing your questions. Me and Kayla will go back and take our seats. And again, thank you all for joining us again today, and thank you all for your service.
To honor our veterans, we ran a student writing contest. We would like to recognize the winning entry written by Maylee Bell, a junior in vet science from Girard High School, and Addison Sanders, a senior in digital marketing and management from Hubbard High School, will be reading that.
I never wore a uniform or marched beneath the hot, dreadful sun, but every day I walk in peace because of what you've done. As you left your family and home, you traveled far from here, faced the unknown bravely, pushed forward through your fears. The stories that you have carried are written on your heart, of friendships made and battles fought, and the lives it tears apart. Though I can't know your journey or the heavy weight you bear, I promise not to take it for granted, the freedom we all share. So thank you. Thank you for your courage, for standing strong and true. Today and always, I will remember 'cause you fought for the red, white, and blue.
At this time, we would like to recognize and thank our staff members in the audience who have served. Mr. Ayers, U.S. Air Force, Mr. Foudy, U.S. Marine Corps, Mr. Pettit, U.S. Army, Mr. Roby, U.S. Army, Mr. Taylor, U.S. Air Force, Ms. Woods, U.S. Army Reserve, and all our honored guests. Ron Cheney, Sergeant Army, Valerie Stewart, Staff Sergeant, U.S. Air Force, Bill Myers, Army, Robert Hoagland, Sergeant Army, Alan Briggs, Corporal Marines, Brian Woods, U.S. Air Force, Robert Duncan, Army, Robert Orr, U.S. Army, and Catherine Hollins Fritz, Sergeant Army. To acknowledge your service, please stand when you hear the song from your branch as we play the Armed Forces Medley. Thank you also to everyone who submitted photos of family and friends who have served in the military. Please turn your attention to the screens as we share the slideshow that Addison Sanders made to honor our friends and family members using the photos you shared. At this time, please stand for the retrieval of the colors and the playing of taps played by Sean Sudol, a junior in App and Web Development from Howland High School.
Lift, face, forward, arms, reset, arms, retrieve, colors. Reset, arms. Forward, arms, shoulder, arms, right, face, forward, march.
You may be seated. Sorry. To conclude this program, thank you, veterans. Please join us for coffee and pastries in Cafe 528, just off to your right at the back of the cafeteria.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you to all of our student presenters this morning. I know that they worked very hard. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. I would be remiss, I just wanted to say one more thing before we do end. If you noticed, Travis Leneve stood during the medley when the Navy theme played. He was just recently signed his paperwork for the Navy and is very proud of that, and we are proud of him. And although you obviously are not veterans yet, if we have any other seniors who have signed on as part of our 3E campaign and are now enlisted and know that you are enlisting, if you would please stand, we would like to recognize you at this time. Do we have any other seniors besides Travis? I know, I saw a couple people, yeah, okay. Oh, so Navy as well? Yes, Navy? Oh, Air Force, okay, okay. All right, thank you. Students, we are gonna be just a couple of minutes ahead going to first period, but from here on out, once the bell does ring at 8:45, 8:48 will be the official start of first period, and the bell will ring a different pattern all day long. We'll have first through eighth period, so please pay attention to that different bell. Again, our guests and their family members that are here, we're gonna head over to Cafe 528, and our veteran teacher staff members as well. Thank you all again, and you can head to first period.